So I wanted to make this video because I've been seeing this topic a lot, and I'm going to be freestyling this just a bit, but I think it needs to be said. There's a lot of things, card card games, tabletop games, card trading, fashion, gaming even. There's a lot of different hobbies and interests that have blown up over time and never used to blow up and never used to be seen as popular. And a lot of people used to be called nerds or even be bullied or taken to such crazy extremes because they used to have those interests. Anime, all sorts of things. And now all of these things have become mainstream. And now since it's become mainstream, it's become accepted. And it's become popular and everyone loves it, and oh, are you following this? Oh, are you doing this? But the problem with that, and this is not for me to gatekeep or to say, yeah, no, you can't do this, you can't enjoy this, you can't be about that life, you can't, that is by no means what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do that at all. What I'm trying to say is that it has created a certain group of people in each community that want to constantly monetize and turn it into something profitable. Now, I could kind of be seen as a hypocrite for saying that, because I'm trying to make this art career more of my main job and my main thing and my main focus, and that is taking a massive hobby of mine and trying to turn it into something that I can eventually monetize. But in that example, and in saying that, there are two things that I focus on that kind of diffuse the idea of what I'm saying. Number one, my focus is not on the money. My focus is just on getting my art out to the world. My focus is never on money. Money keeps the business and the things that I'm trying to do afloat. It is not what I'm chasing. There is no dollar signs in my pupils here. And number two, it is the only hobby that I push so seriously and go full on. My normal 9 to 5 is graphic design. I do photography as well. I do some motion graphics. There's other things that I can do as well. I play decent video games. I paint a little bit. I do all sorts of things. I gym a lot. I really like the gym. But these other aspects, and this is my second point, these other aspects of what I do, I don't monetize. You don't need to take everything that you do or everything that you love and monetize it. These can be passions, these can be interests, hobbies, it can be varying levels of what you like or love. But you don't have to turn everything into money. And what this whole mainstream situation for all of those nerdy interests has created is that, yes, it's amazing because now more people are seeing it and more people are now communicating and allowing it to grow. And so there's more opportunity for new stuff, more opportunity for it to be more easily accessible and for everyone to enjoy. That's the biggest W, right? But the problem is that it's a double-edged sword, in the way that just like there's everything that is good about it, there's the fact that everyone is also trying to buy everything possible to sell at higher prices, or to turn into their own little business of, now I buy all the things that are in the store, all the Pokemon cards, and I want to resell them. Now you've got all of those resellers, right? And that takes all the fun out of the hobby. It takes all the fun out of what you grew up with, what you grew up knowing and investing your time in and playing with since you were kids. And it's just weird because it's like, you can clearly see that the people who resell or do these things have no care, either no care in the world, right? Or they just don't actually like the stuff that they're selling. It's more business than, oh yeah, I used to play this as a kid, I absolutely love this, I would love to do this again. Like, that doesn't exist. So it's either one of the two, because I'm sorry, but there's so many different things that people are interested in and love. Why would you take all of them, try and get all the best things about them, and ruin it? Because that's how it feels, right? It's like if I'm so invested into Pokemon and I grew up with it and I have all the files and folders, the last thing I want to do is take that and sell all of them on eBay for money. So, listen, I don't know what everyone's life's like. I don't know what everyone's household situation is. I don't know what's going on in your life, how your financial situation is, or why you need the money or what you're doing. But I feel like you're taking all of the love out of a hobby, of a community, of what people are part of, in order for you to turn it into this enterprise that just makes a shit ton of money for yourself. And you don't realize that you're doing that. You don't realize that you are costing people something that they've grown up with, some sort of an escape, some sort of just some sort of a focus, something they can switch off and just go do and enjoy and spend majority of their off time doing. And when a lot of people work and they have maybe hectic careers and big things that they need to focus on and family life and all sorts of things, they want something that they can enjoy and switch off and isn't demanding and doesn't require them stressing or massive efforts. And by you taking stock, crazy amounts of stock, or selling it at super high prices, you are taking away the ability to enjoy that thing that they love, all for your own selfish reasons. And everybody knows this. Everybody is aware of why you do what you do and what it does for you. That's a no-brainer. But I just find it so unreasonable that we have to face a lot of resellers and different types of people that make it worse to have hobbies and interests in our day and age, especially for people in younger generations. It's just more frustrating. Like, imagine you are into Lego, or you're into something that requires you to buy different seasonal packs, or every now and then, every few months, there's something new and you can never get it, or you can never get it off shelf, and you always have to buy it like a few $1,000 or dollars or whatever more, just because you can't find it anywhere, and it like just came out and it was just announced. And it's not because it's sold out and because everyone bought it, it's because there's so many people that have bought so many versions. It's because there are certain people that have bought so many, not for the purpose of keeping for themselves, but for the purpose of redistributing at a crazy amount. Now this is becoming a video about resellers, but my point is that since these hobbies and things have become mainstream, there's become more problems and more things. You know, there are people that also feel like they've invested so much time, thought and effort into what they do, and then someone comes along and they just shit on it. That's the best example I could give. You just shit on what that person loves and does, and you make it harder for them to continue having that hobby. So that's just unfortunate. I think that I wish there was a way that organizations and businesses could better protect their stock and what they do and how they sell. I think that they should maybe sell less to everyone, like maybe only have one or two, and there's limits. I think that there needs to be more security and stuff around these things. Maybe there should just be more hobby stores that have higher security and more ways in order to get the fans what they truly deserve, or get the cards, the content, the posters, the whatever, the figurines, any of that stuff to the actual core fans. You know, I'm starting to get to the point where why don't we just start giving out questionnaires. You can only buy a certain thing if you know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, what is the point of you buying like Warhammer stuff if you have no knowledge or don't want to have any knowledge or interest in Warhammer stuff? Because that just shows everybody that you're just trying to make a quick buck. And it goes the same for Pokemon, it goes the same for fashion. I think that there's so much fast fashion nowadays that it's ridiculous. You think I'm gonna wear all that polyester shit? You think I'm gonna go through, and I'm a very simple person. I wear very basic colors and baggy clothes because I'm a slightly bigger person and I go to gym a lot. But all of the fashion and stuff, like, it almost looks like no one with any sort of art career or any sort of art knowledge, talent, or design history. You're just slapping letters and logos and creating trash and putting it on whatever piece of denim or clothing that you can and thinking that this is amazing. You know, there's a reason why people go to school and to college and to university. There's a reason why those things still exist. And if we haven't gotten to the point where we realize that it's cool to be an entrepreneur and be a business person, but you kind of still have to start with a level of experience. And yes, there are people that have started with nothing that have been grown to become amazing businessmen and people, but they also had a certain amount of knowledge and experience that they had throughout their life before they got to that point, right? You don't come out of the womb and you know coding knowledge and all of a sudden you're talking in JavaScript. That's not how it works, right? There's no one that comes out the womb and they know how to stitch and they know how to make clothes and they know how to do this. And nowadays, y'all aren't even making clothes. You're just sending it off to other people that are making the clothes for cheap. And you just a designer. A cuck designer at that, a very bad designer. So, yeah, it's sad, but I think it's a reality right now.